Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, anti-corruption body alters routine in submitting latest reports to House. The Integrity Commission on Thursday departed from its custom of delivering investigative reports exclusively to the three main parliamentary leaders, in addition to sending an investigation report and the ruling by the Director of Corruption Prosecution directly to House Speaker Juliet Holness, Senate President Tom Tavares Finson, and House Clerk Colleen Lowe. The anti-corruption body also sent a copy to Deputy House Speaker Heroy Clark. The news reviewed at least 8 press releases issued by the IC over the past year, and in each case, with the exception of September 11, 2023 and September 5, 2024, copies of investigation reports were sent only to the House Speaker, Senate President, and the Clerk of the Houses of Parliament. When the IC broke tradition a year ago, it submitted an investigation report and the preliminary ruling to the then key parliamentary leaders, as well as Holness, who was the then Deputy Speaker. The report unveiled a historic decision from the IC recommending that then Speaker Marisa Dalrymple-Philibert face 8 counts of corruption-related charges for alleged breaches of the Parliament Act and the Integrity Commission Act. The charges related to a $6 million Mercedes-Benz that was omitted from her statutory declarations to the IC for the period 2021 to 2025. Dalrymple-Philibert resigned as Speaker and a Member of Parliament for Trelawney Southern after increased pressure from members of civil society, the private sector, and the parliamentary opposition for her to step aside. The IC on Thursday also submitted a special report under Section 36(3) of the Integrity Commission Act, which it says is associated with the investigation report. That section of the Act states that the Commission may at any time submit a report relating to any particular matter which, in the opinion of the Commission, requires the special attention of the Parliament. The IC said its investigation report, indicative ruling, and the special report were formally received and signed for at the Parliament at 11:42 a.m. on Thursday. The IC says it anticipates that its investigation report, which was submitted pursuant to and in conformance with Section 54 of the Integrity Commission Act, together with the reference indicative ruling, full ruling, and the Section 36(3) special report, will be tabled in the Parliament as soon as possible. Section 54(4) of the Integrity Commission Act provides that where the report from the Director of Investigation to the Commission has a recommendation under subsection 3, the Commission shall submit it to Parliament for tabling. Traditionally, lawmakers return from their summer break in the 3rd week of September. Police identify suspect in deadly gun attack on teens in Westmoreland. The Westmoreland police have reportedly identified the suspect behind Wednesday's gun attack on a group of teenagers in the parish. 2 boys were fatally shot, while a third has been hospitalized with bullet wounds. The incident occurred at the Top Lincoln in Grange Hill, while the boys sought shelter from the rain. The victims have been identified as 18-year-old Ramesh O'Connor and the 15-year-old Jael J. Tomlinson, both of Westmoreland addresses. Another 18-year-old male is in critical condition at hospital. According to reports, sometime after 3 p.m., the teens were among 4 people traveling on 2 motorcycles from Hanover to Westmoreland when they stopped at a nightclub during heavy rain. It's understood that they were pounced upon by a man who opened a gunfire on them. A female traveling with them escaped injury. The news was informed that the boys went to pick up the female who had sought their assistance following an altercation with a man in Hanover. PNP supporters in Northeast St. Anne divided over party's decision to sit out a by-election. Some People's National Party supporters in Northeast St. Anne are reportedly not in agreement with the decision of the leadership of the PNP to sit out the September 30 by-election in the constituency. PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell has said the party will not be contesting the by-election, describing it as a waste of state resources for the sake of restructuring the government. The news was informed that supporters have been encouraging the PNP caretaker candidate, Dr. Ryan Simpson, to run as an independent. But Dr. Simpson has told the news that he stands with the decision of the PNP not to contest the poll. In an interview with the news on Thursday, Vice Chair in charge of communication in the constituency, Nicola Hamilton, said the PNP had a strong chance of winning the by-election, but the constituency workers will honor the wishes of the party.
As our Gen 6 stated a couple of weeks prior, that we would not be participating in a by-election. And so we have stand firm to that here. Either way, if we were supposed to participate, our supporters would have been ready, and their supporters would have been ready to vote for us as well. As well as we are supporting and we're amping up our supporters for the general election that is to come in less than a year. And again, their supporters here in Northeast is ready to vote for us and to put us back into government for the next general election. Comrade Ryan, Dr. Ryan Simpson, has been engaged in Northeast St. Ann for over a year. He has marched with the voices who, the craft market, the people who feel like their voices are not being heard. He has listened to the people inside the communities. We have just put on a medical back to school, which was very successful. I heard that he has not been doing much for the community and for the constituency at large. He has put in so many work over the past year, and there's work that we're still doing. We have engaged with schools, we have engaged with community projects, and there's a lot more going on, and there's so much more to do on the ground.
Right against incentivizing some teachers to stem migration. President of the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, Lindvern Wright, is not in support of providing special incentives to some educators to stem teacher migration. Providing more incentives for educators was among the suggestions of JTA's immediate past president, Leighton Johnson, to encourage teachers to remain in the classroom. But Mr. Wright says that approach, which would single out the teachers of particular subjects, is problematic because every single subject is important.
I don't agree with incentivizing some people because every single subject is important. And when you start doing that, what you're going to do, when you have a shortage of the others, when you start incentivizing them. My thing is just to treat teachers well, not just with pay, but with the conditions of the service, right? And the conditions of service include so many things. A condition of service, yes, it includes money because a teacher wants to live, but that's not the number one thing. I think the camaraderie people have when they go to work. What's happening between you and your colleague? What's happening between you and parents? What's happening between you and principal? Is it that we're abusing teachers too much as a country? Is it that we are diminishing our sense of what authority should mean on behalf of a child who's growing up? Teachers are frustrated with that kind of thing. It's not even to blame the young teachers who come because they need time. They need time to understand the syllabus, understand the exams, understand how to teach better. It takes time. So they're not going to be where those teachers who have 4 or 5 years experience were. So it's going to take them some time to match up. That is one of the issues I think we need to pay attention to. And more needs to be done to support the teachers who are coming in terms of the curriculum that they're supposed to be teaching, right? At school we try, but to be honest, sometimes the resources are not enough to give them the resources in terms of time and resources in terms of money to give them the kind of support that they need in many of the schools. And I think that's a part of why the results look the way they look.
Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.